And we are live. Welcome back to the channel chosen Wisdom of Football, a channel for the football purist, the critical thinkers, the people who like to think about things, the intellectual football lovers. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. This is, of course, your Wednesday Manchester United news show. It is your normal Wednesday news show, guys, and we have a lot of news to go through, people. A lot of news to go through indeed. We have Amorim on Manchester United's momentum to discuss. We're going to discuss Aiden Heaven and his form, his trust, and his winning mentality. We're also, as you guys know, you might have seen the news, there is a lot of talk about Kobbie Mainoo, and here on this channel we did already realize, we established that Kobbie Mainoo and this drama surrounding Kobbie Mainoo will probably last the whole season. So we have Kobbie Mainoo fan support. Where are the fans with regards to Kobbie Mainoo? So we'll talk about the fan support of Kobbie Mainoo as well. That's hitting the headlines at the moment. There is a legend, a Manchester United legend, people, who is advising Kobbie Mainoo to move on. A Manchester United legend who is advising Kobbie Mainoo to move. Who do you think that is? We'll talk about it later on in the show. Stick around, people. Laurie Whitwell, your favorite journalist, and I say that in the most sarcastic way possible, is also speaking on Amorim and Mainoo. So we're going to quickly look to see what he has to say. There is also important news with regards to the hierarchy at Manchester United. Jonny Evans has stepped down. Remember, we spoke, I think, a few months ago about the new position that Jonny Evans has taken up since he has retired. He took up some sort of role to do with pathways and young people. If you remember, he has stepped down. So we're going to talk about that, see why he stepped down. What does that mean for Manchester United Football Club? Also, guys, stick around. We're going to talk about JJ Gabriel. Apparently, according to news, JJ Gabriel wanted to leave Manchester United Football Club. He wanted to leave and Manchester United talked him down. They convinced him to stay. What did they promise him? What did they say? Who knows? But that is a story that is out there, guys. So we're going to get into that as well. Apparently, they had an emergency meeting to keep JJ Gabriel at the football club. So we're going to get into that as well, guys. Also on today's show, Diogo Dalot has done an interview where he kind of confirmed that Bryan Mbeumo has had a few fines for lateness. Now, I want you to keep that in your mind and think about what they did. Think about what the media did to Marcus Rashford when we found out that he was late a few times. I want you to keep that in your mind. So we will talk about that. We'll talk about Mbeumo's lateness and the Diogo Dalot interview. And I have a question for you guys before we get into the news. And I will reveal the answer to the question. But in that interview, Diogo Dalot confirmed who the manager's pet is, who the teacher's pet is at Manchester United. So the question for the chat really is this. Before the end of the show, I will reveal who the manager's pet is. Who do you guys think the manager's pet is? Bruno? Dalot? Ahmad Mount? Who do you think Diogo Dalot said the teacher's or the manager's pet is? The votes are what do you call it? The poll is up, guys. So let me know the answer to that question, and I will reveal the answer later on in the show. But like I said, guys, if you're jumping in late, big up T Kizzle in the bizzle, my guy, always here every day. Big up, my guy. You don't understand how much you mean to the channel, bro. Big up AP. I see AP in the building, my guy. Yeah, man. The chat is, yeah, man. TKAP Turkish. Big up you guys in the chat, man. Let's do it. Like I said, quick run through. We got Amrim on the momentum of Manchester United. We got Aiden Heaven propaganda coming out. We got Kobbie Mainoo fan support. We have a legend of Manchester United convincing, or at least telling Kobbie Mainoo to leave. Laurie Whitwell quotes, as I've said. We're going to talk about quickly Johnny Evans stepping down. The whole JJ Gabriel news that just broke about the emergency meeting we had with him and how we convinced him to stay. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to mention, or at least get involved with the conversation of the juxtaposition with regards to Brian Mbeumo being late and being fined many times, apparently. And what does it mean? What does it mean? What does that even mean? So we're going to get into that, guys, as well as the question we've asked. So let's bang it out. Let's get straight into it. Today is Champions League night, as it was last night, and I'm pretty sure we want to watch these Champions League games in half an hour's time. So let's have a nice show, guys. Big up the channel. Big up the chat. We're on 598 subscribers, so only 2 away from 600 people. We are moving up. We're doing our thing quietly, you know, silently. We're just making moves, people. So big up the community. It's all love. I'm in a good mood today. Let's do it. This is Ruben Amram. So Ruben Amram is basically saying we have to build momentum, essentially. You know, the tweet specifically says we need to reach a point in this club that you can have 20 wins in a row. Why did that make me laugh? This man came out and really with his chest said we need to reach a point where the club can have 20. Listen, I don't even know if we even managed 20 wins in a row under Fergie at any period of time ever. Is there any period of time, guys, where we actually won 20 games in the Premier League in a row? This guy's gone from 5 games unbeaten for the first time ever to now we want to win 20. Anyway, we will read on. The next one is so important and it's crucial to win. So for us, everything, every training, every game is important. So we need to focus on the next one and to win the next one. I guess we're not going to spend too much time talking about this. I don't think there's anything really to talk about when it comes to this. I don't know if you guys want to have a conversation about this particularly. He's the same things you should say. He's saying, let's win the next game. In training, you know, everything's important. We need to focus on the next game. We want to win. We want to win 20 games in a row. That's good, Amram. Very good. So right now, a lot of the fan base slightly cooled on Amram. Bit more positivity in the air after that 4-1 win. You know, so he's now coming out and he's talking with his chest, which is a good thing. Listen, I'm Amram out because I don't think he's good enough. It's not a personal thing. If this guy can change it around, if this guy can start showing me things that I want to see, that I like, then I will change my position. I've always said to you guys, there's no point having a brain, having a mind if you can't change it, you know? So as long as he keeps winning and doing the right thing, I'll be quiet and I will give him credit when it is due. So that's what Amarin is saying. We'll go on to Aiden Heaven. I know some of you guys in the chat, TK, you know, a bit pessimistic about Aiden Heaven. He's only played a few games, only started a few games against, well, one game was against the bottom team in the league, which is Wolves. So as usual, guys, on this channel, we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We're going to relax a little bit. I have also said that I'm curious for why Aiden Heaven has been selected in front of Lenny Euro for that centre back role. He's younger than Lenny Euro. I think he's behind Lenny Euro in the development. So I would love somebody to ask the manager in a press conference. You have Lenny Euro, the prodigy. Why are you starting Aiden Heaven in the centre back role ahead of him? I just want to know what the manager thinks the difference between the two players are. Why he selected one over the other. I want to know, and I'm pretty sure you guys want to know. But let's read on to see what Aiden Heaven is saying, because it is still encouraging, guys, to see someone still so young. And I know context is key. The opposition wasn't great, but still so young, playing centre back for Manchester United. We have to be encouraged by it. We have to be encouraged by it. We are a club that always pushes young players. So Aiden Heaven has come out and he said there's so many great defenders at this club that he's trusting you to be at the middle of that defense. He's trusting me a lot. I don't think we highlight enough how much trust means to a footballer. If the manager puts his arm around you and says, you are him, I have faith in you, I believe in you, that means so much, especially to a young player. And if the manager does the opposite, i.e. what's happening to Kobbie Mainoo, it can destroy you. With young players, and young players especially, confidence, having that father figure as a manager is very, very important. It's crucial for them. They're not old enough, they're not mature enough in their game, so they need guidance. So trust is a big thing. It's a really, really big thing. I don't want to undermine trust in competitive sport, guys. I really don't. He's gone on to say that I feel like I'm working hard every day in training and I'm showing he can trust me in the games that I am playing. I wouldn't say it was rust. I felt confident. West Ham are a good team and they started well. So that's talking about West Ham. In a West Ham game, he started a bit shakily. But that's to be understandable. That's understandable. He's not played in that position ever. He's not played that position in men's football ever. And the manager picked him over Lenny Euro, who's played that position for... Before he came here, he was playing that position in men's football. So I am conscious of Aiden Heaven. I'm not going to get ahead of myself like TK and others in the chat. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I'm going to say that I want to see more of Aiden Heaven. I think there's improvement for him. He's young. You know, there's a lot for him to do, a lot for him to improve. I don't want to say things like he's going to be the centre back for us for the next 10 years and all these things. I don't know yet. I need to see more from him. But he's been okay. I would say he's been okay. Let me know, guys, what you think, how you think Aiden Heaven has performed. And if you have confidence in him, just let me know. This is Ruben Amram on Aiden Heaven as well. I think Aiden has a great future, says the gaffer. He's really hard to beat. He adapts really well in the centre. I think he did really well and I enjoy seeing him with the ball. That's good. That's good. As a young 19-year-old, like I keep saying, you want to hear that from your manager. He's one thing about Aiden Heaven, guys, that we could all agree on. He lacks in certain things. He's, you know, to be a really good defender, you need maturity in your game. And Aiden Heaven's game right now, as it stands, is not very mature. Slipping around, maybe out of position a few times. He's not matured yet, but he could. And I like the fact that Aiden Heaven's very quick. He's very athletic. He might be, guys, just slightly more athletic than Lenny. Let me know if you agree. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there for you guys. Is he slightly more athletic than Lenny is? I don't know, but good. That's all good propaganda for Aiden Heaven. Some more propaganda regarding Aiden Heaven, just to finish off the Aiden Heaven segment, guys. Um, he's going on to say, I don't think anyone can stop us when we play like this. And this is after, of course, the Wolves game. And like I said, we watched the Wolves game together as a community. And let's be honest, guys, even though we won the game, how convinced were you with the performance, guys? How convinced were you? Anyway, he's gone on to say, we've just got to do what we did today in every game. We want to win as many games as possible. Hopefully we can be in Europe next season, which I think we'll do. Of course, that's where Man United belong, blah, blah, blah. You get the gist. More Aiden Heaven propaganda. And you know what? That's fine. I'm all here for it. Give the young guys some attention. Put a microphone in front of their faces. Let's hear what they got to say. They're going to say all the normal things like, I want to win, I want to win, I want to work hard for the club. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind positive PR when it comes to players who don't usually get it, in my opinion. And Aiden Heaven, he's been there for almost a year now. We bought him in January from Arsenal. He started the first few games when we signed him. Then we didn't really see him that often. He got injured as well. So I hope he does well. I hope all Man United players do well. They play for my football club. Of course, I want them to do well. So that's the Aiden Heaven stuff. Let's move on from Aiden Heaven propaganda. Well done, young lad, on your performance against Wolves, Aiden. Kobbie Mainoo, this topic is always going to be a divisive topic, and it's increasingly becoming even more divisive. I think it depends on whether you're Amorim out or Amorim in. If you're Amorim in and you fully back the manager and you fully back his system, his formation, his tactics, the way he sees football, then you also back him with regards to Mainoo as well. And you'd probably want Mainoo to leave because of Amorim, because you bought into Amorim, you bought into him, right? Me, because I haven't really bought into Amorim as much as others, I don't believe in his system. I don't believe in the rigid way he plays football and sees the game. And I know Kobbie Mainoo is good enough to play for this football club. That is why I'm more on the, listen, get this manager out. If this manager has a Kobbie Mainoo and can't play him, and you can't even play him in one of the 10s or anything like that, then I don't think this manager is good enough. And I'm not doing the player thing. I've been watching this manager for a whole year, so I have a large sample size. So the fan base is getting a bit more split when it comes to Kobbie. I believe 90% of people wanted Kobbie to stay, but I believe as time goes on, the more we buy into the manager's way, the more we hear the manager, the more we, I think, believe that there's nothing we can do. We've got this manager. There's nothing. We're not going to change him. The more we just accept, I guess, defeat, the more I reckon the fan base are going to say, do you know what, Kobbie, just leave. He's not going to pick you. He's not a fan of you, and the manager's not going anywhere. So I feel like that's probably where we are with regards to Kobbie Mainoo in the fan base. We're still a bit split, but I feel like a consensus is now growing with him. That's what I believe. So we got this little news that people are, reading, commenting on, and it says this: nothing summed up the mood of United fans more than the roar when Kobbie Mainoo came on around the 77th minute against Wolves. And we saw that. We watched the game together. We saw the fan base. They were just excited. The roar when Kobbie Mainoo came on was just crazy. We were 3-1 up, cruising, but the whole away end erupted the second he stepped on the pitch. The fans, they love Kobbie. That's the thing. The fans were screaming, play him, play him. And that encourages me. It will always be strange to me. And I know some of you, like I said, the managers managed to convince you guys that Cunha's not good. Some of you guys don't think Cunha's good now. Some of you guys don't think Kobbie Mainoo is good. The manager of a football club will always try to convince you that some ballers are not good enough. And I don't think he can do that with me because I understand ball, guys. I understand ball. I can't believe that somebody who was bossing the midfield in World Cup finals just last year can't get into this team and can't get minutes. It's a lie that he's not good enough. It's a lie, guys. An absolute lie. And some of you guys are buying into it, which is fair. You can think what you want to think. I can't force you to think anything, but I just want to encourage my chat, encourage the fan base in general, just to look deeper. Anyway, in just 13 minutes, he looked calmer than any midfielder on the pitch. That's a fact. In the 13 minutes that Kobbie Mainoo played, it wasn't amazing, but the way he just held on to the ball, the way he put his foot over the ball, the way he moved, he just looked so good. And I think to myself, what's wrong with our manager? Kobbie Mainoo is someone you play if you want to keep the ball. He's so good at rotating the ball, so good at keeping it. He's the most press resistant midfielder that we have at the football club. He's more press resistant than Casemiro and Bruno and Ugarte. He is. He can drop a shoulder and go past the man. He's the only one who can do that. He's the only midfielder we have that can drop a shoulder and actually go past the man. He's not the quickest, but neither is Casemiro, neither is Ugarte, and neither is Bruno. So we can't really hold that against him. I hear the athleticism conversation. I'm like, is Ugarte more athletic than Kobbie? Is Casemiro? I don't think there's any metrics, that this manager can lie to me about that can convince me that Kobbie cannot fit into this team, guys. It doesn't exist. He's a liar, our manager. He keeps changing why he doesn't play. First of all, is Bruno in his way. Then it's this, then it's that. Anyway, this tweet goes on to say that he completed 12 out of 13 passes, won more fouls than anyone, made us look more secure. He did. The kid has just 183 Premier League minutes this season and still gets the loudest cheer of the night from our fans. Amorim can say he's competing with Bruno all he wants. Yesterday showed he can play next to him. Yeah. The fans know it. The squad knows it. Mainoo needs to start. And I fully believe in that. I fully believe in. Like I said, two different types of people. There are people who fully buy into the manager's propaganda and what he says, and everything the manager does is to defend himself. He's the worst manager that we've ever had at this football club, statistically and factually. Yet some of you want to keep him, and yet some of you back him over Mainoo. I will not. I refuse. It's based on logic and it's based on this data. We will see. Rio third. That's my stance on it. I'm pretty sure my strong stance on it might not be the same as some of your positions. So as usual, guys, let me know. Comment below. TKAP. Everyone who's jumping in the chat, let me know your thoughts. This Kobbie Mainoo thing is not going away, guys. It will be here until the situation is sorted out. We'll keep talking about it. Next week, we'll probably talk about it again. I'm sorry, guys. I already told you 2 months ago, 3 months ago that this is going to be it. When I say certain things, I'm usually right, guys. I think you guys know this by now. I know what I'm talking about. Rio's weighed in now. Rio's weighed in with the Kobbie Mainoo debate, and he says something that I actually agree with. Mainoo when we look at Mainoo, before we read actually Rio's tweet and get into what Rio said, I think I told you guys before that young players need to play football, and I don't like the fact that Kobbie Mainoo is missing out on some of the most important minutes of his career, the young minutes, the minutes that you need to grow, right? And I don't want to sell Kobbie Mainoo to another club that develops him and then they will sell him on for £100 million. I don't like the fact that we buy ready-made Kobbie. We try to buy ready-made Kobbie Mainus. And here's a player that we can actually coach ourselves and turn into anything we want. Kobbie Mainoo started off as a 10, went to a left-sided midfielder. Now he plays in central midfield. That shows to me that you can keep adapting him. He is that good that you can probably, potentially, coach him to be maybe even a DM, to pick the ball up from the back four. He's got time. He's 19. He can learn different ways of playing, different positions. I'm not a fan of buying ready-made Kobbie Mainus and rather than developing the one that we have. Buying a Baleba. Reason why Baleba is so good is Baleba plays every game. Anderson plays every game. Adam Wharton, they play every game. They're playing games upon games in the Premier League at a young age. Kobbie's missed out on 18 months of football. And that's what Rio Ferdinand is essentially saying in this tweet, in the conversation that he had. He says that Mainoo wasted 18 months of his career at Manchester United. And he believes he should have left. He agrees with Garnacho's recent statement. I think Garnacho should have left, and he's left. And now he plays for Chelsea, and Chelsea are in a better position than us. I know that most people, when they leave Man United, they go on to succeed. They go on to better things. I think Kobbie Mainoo just needs to leave now at this stage. The manager doesn't like him, clearly, for whatever reason. We will never know. He's not in his plans. So for me, and to be honest, maybe even similar to Xerxes, I'd argue that they should really leave. Let me know what you think, guys. As I said before, this will keep going. This story is not going anywhere. So let me know your thoughts. Like I keep saying, my position on this is very, very strong. And some of you might not be that strong on it. Might be a bit more relaxed on it. Let me know. Comment below. Share your thoughts, people. James Maddison, very quickly, also weighed in. I don't really care what James Maddison really has to say, but it's got enough likes. So I thought I'd bring it to your attention, people. And he's just said, a player of Kobbie Mainoo's quality who not long ago started a Euro final. Oh, it was a Euro final. Sorry, I kept saying World Cup final. A Euro final, and who has such quality with the ball. I can't see how he can't reach the top. And that's another thing as well. I'm a seasoned professional football watcher. I've been watching football for a long time, so I know talent when I see it. Right, since Mason Greenwood, Kobbie Mainoo is the best thing that's come out of our academy since Mason. Right? I just struggle with the fact that we are going to sell him just because this quirky little manager doesn't want to play him or can't play him. He brought him on for 13 minutes and we were fine. We were good with Kobbie Mainoo. Which shows that we can play with him. I think we have issues with the manager. Has many issues, and I truly believe that he suffers from some sort of avoidance syndrome. I truly believe that if you ask the manager to change his system or keep asking him questions about the system, he will just be so stubborn and keep doing the same thing until it works. He's that kind of manager. If you keep asking him about Kobbie Mainoo, he will purposely not play Kobbie Mainoo until he feels like he wants to play him. He's somebody who comes across like he doubles down on his ignorance. He doubles down on his ignorance, our manager, because something to do with his way, or he doesn't want to get told what to do. Or, when he says in interviews, I change when I want to change. When I want to. He's very narcissistic, this our manager. I mean, to be fair, a lot of managers are. A lot of CEOs, a lot of leaders, a lot of people in high positions are that way. But our manager is definitely like that, guys. He is definitely like that. Very, very interesting though. Laurie Whitwell was on Stretford. Is it Stretford Paddock? It looks like Stretford Paddock to me, guys. And Laurie Whitwell, the journalist, was on that channel, and he was asked if Amorim and Mainu have a good relationship. Point blank, Laurie Whitwell says no. He laughed about it, but he said, Amorim and Mainu, no. That's it. If we're supposed to believe Laurie Whitwell, and Laurie Whitwell gets information from the football club, you don't have to believe him, but if we're supposed to believe him, then we now actually know fully that Amorim and Kobbie Mainu do not have a good relationship. But then, is that hard to believe if you're not playing him? Why would they? Hey, boss. Hey, Mainu. Oh, how you do? No, that's not going to happen. So I think it's understandable. I don't think it's a surprise at all. But I think it's important for us to know that they don't have a good relationship. He's not one of the. He's a quiet lad, isn't he, Kobbie Mainu? He's a quiet lad, quite reserved. And one thing I notice about quiet, reserved guys like Kobbie, like a Martial maybe, these sort of lads, they don't really get on well with everybody, especially certain managers. But let me know what you guys think about that, whether it matters if they don't have a good relationship. Maybe what comes first? The fact that the fact that the manager's not picking him, which has created a bad relationship, or did they never really have a good relationship to begin with? And that's also one of the reasons why the manager isn't picking him. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Quickly moving on, people. Jonny Evans. Yes, as I mentioned at the start, Jonny Evans, who only recently was appointed as head of loans and pathways. We spoke about this, I reckon, maybe a few weeks back, maybe a few months back, about this appointment. He's stopped playing football, retired from professional football, and seamlessly moved into this new role. There you go. And yeah, so he stepped down after just 6 months at the job. We haven't been told why he stepped down. We haven't been told if the position is still valid. Have they cancelled the position, or are they going to recruit for somebody else? We haven't been told any other information apart from the fact that he has stepped down. So there's no more Jonny Evans in this role at Manchester United. He has gone, guys. So that's that news. Let's look to see the JJ Gabriel news. So this is quite an interesting news, people. Very, very intriguing. It seems to me with the JJ Gabriel thing that we have put a lot of our stock in this young kid. I know that we spoke about him maybe a few months ago at the start of the season. We spoke about him on this channel in the summer. We haven't seen him, and I don't think we're going to see him this season. But you're going to hear a lot about this kid, because the talk of the town when you watch this kid play is that he is up there with the likes of Yamin Lamau, up there with the likes of I know Max Aarons and whatnot. Is it Max Aarons? Not Max Aarons, the Arsenal player. Max Dowman. Well, apparently he's better than Max Dowman. So this guy's been talked about, and he's only 14, 15, but he's been talked about like he's going to be Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo. That's how people are talking about this kid. I'm only telling you what people are saying. I'm not saying this myself, guys. So let's just be clear. But the news about JJ Gabriel is this. At the start of the summer, JJ Gabriel and his family informed Manchester United that they were planning to move on. They wanted to leave. They thanked the people at the club for all that they had done, but they wanted new surroundings, new environments. They didn't really believe in Manchester United and what the hell was going on. And also, as we can see, our manager right now, he doesn't really have too much faith in the youth, and he's not using the youth. I mean, Kobbie Mainu can't even get a game. And if Kobbie can't get a game, then this kid, no chance. But in response to JJ and his family wanting to move on, United, they organised an emergency meeting in June. And they changed his mind. That is how much we want this kid. Everybody came together and they threw everything at the kid. They gave, listen, you can have my daughter. Like David Moyes and flipping what's his name? David Moyes and Wilfred Zaha. We chucked everything at this guy, gave him the best deals possible, and now he says, yeah, cool, I will stay. That's what we did. That's what we did. Listen, rightfully or wrongly, you guys will decide in the chat. But that's what happened. He was about to leave. He wasn't impressed. He wanted to go. And we said, please, JJ Gabriel, please. Here's this, here's that. Please stay, please stay. And he stayed. So, wow, stuff is happening in the chat. It's just getting smaller. All right, let's move on, guys. Quickly before we wrap up on all the news, let me know what you think about this one. This is quite interesting, I find. And do you know, with these sort of interviews, because Diogo Dalot did a little interview, I think a few days ago. Was it December the 10th? Yeah, yesterday or today. Where he was asked some questions, quick fire questions, and I feel like sometimes with these interviews, journalists can get you. They can ask you a question that you believe is an innocent question, and you answer it, and then they run with it. And one of the questions that was asked of Bryan Mbeumo was, who gets the most fines? And Diogo Dalot answered it, just frankly. He said Mbeumo is on multiple fines for lateness in his first 6 months, and no one's breathed a word. Oh, that's not what Dalot says. That's just another tweet. Sorry, guys. Diogo Dalot hasn't said all of that. That's somebody's tweet. I didn't know that at all. So that is somebody's tweet. Essentially, Diogo Dalot confirmed in an interview that Bryan Mbeumo has been fined multiple times for being late. And that's opened up a huge can of worms. It's opened up a debate, conversation about the media. And I love conversations about the media on this channel because the media are so manipulative. They're nasty. They don't care about anything apart from clicks. They will say whatever they need to say, spin whatever they need to spin so their article can be read, so they can be taken seriously. Their job isn't to tell the truth. Their job is to create a narrative, create a story that's interesting to you, right? And a lot of people are now talking. Hold on a second. He's only been here a few months. He's only been here 5-6 months, and he's already received multiple fines for lateness. So while we're all laughing about it and joking about it, if this was Rashford or Sancho, and we heard that he was fined, or any of those guys were fined for lateness, we would lose our minds. And it would be reported in a way that's so bad and so negative. And I think I just want us to pay attention really to these sort of things, to hypocritical positions, to pay attention to contradictions. The hypocrisy is interesting. Of course, he's new, he's scoring goals, so that's probably another reason why United fans are not going to pay too much attention or focus on this. But it is interesting though. It's very interesting to me. Let me know what you think. Is it a thing? Should we even care? Because I know the lateness thing. I'm late to work often. You know, you could be stuck in traffic. Who knows why you're late? I don't know. Is the lateness thing that big a deal? Because we can't be saying it's a big deal when it comes to Rashford and it shows he doesn't care. But now that we've heard that Brian Mbeumo is often late, it doesn't matter anymore. Being late doesn't matter. Being late doesn't matter. I don't know, guys. Let me know that position. I think that position is a hypocritical position, and that is why people are calling it out. That is why this is going viral, and people are talking about it. The media. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you guys have any thoughts, please comment below. Let me know. Start the conversation. And there you go. We are reaching the end of the show, almost on time, 8 o'clock as well. Nice, succinct show. A lot of information. And one of the questions I asked at the start of the show, guys, is, and the poll's out as well, who do you think Diogo Dalot claims is the manager's pet? Because personally, when I first heard this, the first thing I thought was Bruno. Bruno was the first thing I thought. Then I thought to myself, Bruno, the manager has taken Bruno out of his position, out of the 10 position, and he's put him in a double pivot, and Bruno doesn't want to play there. So it might not be Bruno. He might not. And guess who it is, guys? Mason Mount. Diogo Dalot believes Mason Mount is the manager's pet. And when I heard that, I thought to myself, do you know what? That makes sense. We routinely hear that Mason Mount is adored by every manager that he plays, that he's played with. Ten Hag loved him. Amorim now loves him. And we don't understand why. Tuchel loved him at Chelsea, even though he's not picking him for England. He's a proper yes boy. Mason Mount reminds me, if I'm going to psychoanalyze what I know of him, and this is just me, this is what I know. This is not facts. This is just my opinion. He's one of those, he comes across as one of those lads that's, when they meet somebody, he wants to shake their hand. He wants to leave an impression. He's always smiling. Hi, I'm Mason Mount. He does the right things. He does what he's told. Yeah, he just comes across like somebody like that. He's not going to be resistant to anything. Mason Mount. One of the lads, you know. That's kind of how he reminds me, Mason Mount. So I kind of understand why he's been, I guess, the teacher's, but I think he's been the manager's pet often. I think that's his personality. That's his character. He's a bit pick-me-ish, but in football terms. But that's not bad, because as a footballer, you want to be picked. You want to be part of the starting lineup. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But I don't know. It's also interesting because Dalot didn't say himself, and the Portuguese duo of Dalot and Bruno were the first people I thought, the first people that came to mind anyway, when thinking about teacher's pet. So there you go. Mason Mount. Apparently, guys, Mason Mount is the manager's pet. Believe it or not, that's what Dalot has said. Big up, everybody. Big up the chat. It's been a nice, quick, swift Wednesday news show. I now know a lot more than I did 45 minutes ago about Manchester United. So this news show was a very good show. Big up the chat, Turkish, AP, and TK. TK, I hope you're all good, my guy. I know you left some chats, you left some comments that were deleted. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're all right. Big up the chat. Big up everyone who joined. Remember to smash the like. The channel can grow, can continue growing, but only if you guys want it to grow. So big up everybody for your support. Wednesday, we have a few more days to go before it's Friday, and our next game is on Monday, I believe. again. So big up everybody. Have an amazing evening. Make sure you watch the Champions League football, and I will see all of you guys on Friday at 7:15. Big up yourselves, and I'll see